Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the VAULTEK safe. So this is a fantastic product for doing that. It's durable, it's rugged, it works really well. There's lots of different features on it, and I don't see any child ever being able to get into this, and that makes me happy, and it gives me a peace of mind knowing that when I'm at work and Kale's at home with Beckham, or if I'm home with Beckham, I know that he's not going to get into this and hurt himself or hurt somebody, and I know my firearms are safe and protected. So now let's go into my relationship with VAULTEK. They did contact me and send this to me, so I did not pay for this, and the only request was that I did a post on the day that they released a new product, which I did. Other than that, they didn't require me to do a review. I just really like this product, and I would like to show with you guys my thoughts on it. All right, so let's get right into the review now. Now, first off, this is not just a firearm safe. I use this for multiple other things. You can use it for money, jewelry, things like that. You don't have to use it for firearms. I just personally use it for firearms and money because I wanted something to protect against Beckham walking around and making sure all my firearms are safe. So you can use this for a lot of different things, not just firearms, which is pretty cool. So let's get right into the ways to open this up. So you got 3 different ways on this one. There are some different models that you can open up differently. You have like a key fob, a swipe thing for your bracelet, and then I believe you can do it through your phone as well. So for this one, the way you open it is you have biometric here on the front, which you just put your thumb on it and it pops open like that. You have a passcode, which I'm not going to show you my passcode, but you can pop it open that way, which that's actually fairly quick. And then you also have a key feature down here. If your batteries go bad or you don't want to use those, you can use the key in the front, which is nicely hidden there behind the logo, so it doesn't really stick out a ton and make people think that's a key right there. So you've got those 3 different ways to do it. And depending on what you want to do, or if your battery goes bad, you have multiple different options. So one of the biggest questions I had, and I get a lot of people asking, is the consistency with the biometric. When I first got this, I was having, so I appreciate it. If not, it's not a big deal. Thank you very much.
Today we've got the XDeer S with biometric capability. Now, the safe also comes with keys and a code system, utilizing 3 to 8 digits for a key code. It does have multiple capability for fingerprints, so that is very, very nice, especially if you have a spouse that needs to get entry to the safe. The dimensions on this are 12.69 inches wide, 6.69 inches in height, and 11.87 inches in depth. Actual interior dimensions are 11.56 inches by 9.43 inches by 6.12 inches. So the whole weight being around 15 pounds. Constructed of 12 gauge steel, this is enough to stop 9mm bullet from exiting the case. Now let's go ahead and get into the interior of this and open this package up. We should have a manual, 2 expansion screws, a steel security cable for tying this down to a secured location, as well as 2 keys, a small screwdriver, and the anti-slip pads that go underneath for feet. So let's go ahead and get this cut open and take a look inside. So as we open the box, we basically see our set of keys here. There's 2 duplicates for you to use. Let's get into the safe, and the manual is on top here with a couple different pieces of literature. Let's get the safe out here, and as you can see, it's a very nice sturdy textured safe with all the lock keys here as well as a biometric. Now just in case you lose your keys, they've included a card in here to get replacement keys for your safe, so you can always utilize that in case you've lost the keys as well. Now, it is safe to say that having a set of keys is real. I want to thank everybody for watching this episode. We'll see you later.
Today, I want to talk to you about the quick access safe that I have been using in my pickup truck. This guy, made by WINCENT, it is their single gun safe. I do get asked pretty regular about biometric safes and quick access safes, and so let me introduce you to this company. You probably haven't heard of them before. They're a company called WINCENT. I like it. It's what I'm using in my truck in order to secure my firearms. So let me show you why. First of all, this dude is heavy, man. It's not made out of like, you know, I don't think it's made out of 10 gauge steel, but I would say this thing's beefy. It's got to weigh a good 7 pounds or something like that. It's really massive. And given the size of it, this is just big enough for a single full-size pistol. That kind of really says something here. It really is kind of beefy. Now, secondly, you notice here, it has a backup key, but the only access point here is a biometric. And I actually really like this kind of safe right here for people who, for instance, are traveling with firearms. So if you are going to fly with a gun and you just want to fly with a single firearm and you're not doing like I'm doing, flying all over to teach classes or whatever, I kind of like this guy. And the reason that I like this guy is the only way to access this sucker is with your fingerprint, right? So guess what? If TSA says, hey, we need the key to your case, you can say, I don't have a key to my case. This finger is key to my case. You can bring, and if you're in the market for those kind of things, this is one I'd check out.
Hey guys, my name is Justin. Today I'm going to be unboxing the Moutec 5-7 rifle biometric safe. If you guys are like me, it was kind of hard to find a review online about this, so I figured that I would just start from scratch, show you what it looks like when you unbox it. Alright, I'm going to pause the video for a second. I'm going to move this over, remove it from all the packaging here. I just wanted to show you a couple things before I put this in. I wanted to make note that there's 2 bolts down here at the bottom. That's what you bolt into your concrete or your studs. It's not a safe, so I don't know that you'd really worry about bolting it into concrete, but you could bolt it into the studs if you wanted to. Put this in there. There's 3 holes in the back here, and these right here, these are made from foam to hold your rifle or your whatever it is you want to store in here. And these are plastic on the side, so there's 2 extras on the side that you can put it on. This is a channel that goes down right here, so you can move this up and down however your rifle fits best, or you could move them independently as well. So if you have different length guns, that helps out for that also. I'm going to go over measurements a little later, but first thing I want to go over is just construction. It seems to be constructed pretty well and balanced pretty well. It's able to be opened without causing the unit to tip over, which I kind of like. A lot of units aren't like that. A lot of times the door isn't balanced as well, or it's seated too far forward. Another thing that we noticed is when you push it in, this is recessed pretty heavily. So to give you an idea, just on the recess alone, I'll go through measurements in a bit here. The recess alone is about 1/2 inch of recess, which is pretty great and kind of a deterrent for people that would want to break in. Say for instance, if I had something like a crowbar here, it would make it very difficult to get into that area. The gap doesn't seem to be very large at all. It's probably, I don't know, it looks to be about a 1 millimeter gap, if that, but you can't access it at the top at all. You'd have to access it through this side or the bottom. The deterrent to that is the fact that you have these. This is the Moutec 5-7 gun safe. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thanks.
All right, guys, today we're going to take a look at this guy. This is the Stealth Biometric SwiftVault version 2. And I'll tell you right up front, this is probably one of the nicest handgun safes I think I've seen, particularly. Why do I think this is such a nice safe? Well, first of all, heavy. This thing empty weighs about 10 pounds, so really solid chunk of steel. There's a lot of other innovations on this guy too, but first let's take a look at the locking mechanism. The first thing that jumps to your eye would be the keypad. We have a total of 4 buttons and they're not numbered, but let's call that 1 and let's call that 4 just for the sake of argument. Everything's black. Now remember, the time you'd want to access this is in, during the hours of darkness, obviously. So how would you know when you're on the right keypad to find your combination? Again, a little attention to detail, but this button here has a little dimple on it to help you very quickly locate the right button to punch in the combination. It's a 6-digit combination. It's reprogrammable, of course, to anything that you want. And the nice thing about it is you can reuse the numbers as many times as you want. So if you want your 6-digit combination to be all 3s, for example, you could, of course, do that. You get 4 attempts, and if you fail on the 4th attempt to get in, which would be indicated here with a red light. So if I were to punch in, say, just random numbers, it'll give me a red light indicating a failure. I get 4 of those, and then it locks itself out for 5 minutes. So my combination pops pops open. Very cool. You notice the moment I touched that last button, it literally came open almost instantly. Another thing you probably notice is a beeping tone. Thanks, guys.